What a wonderful, wonderful man.
Yeah. Vice President Biden, did you talk to your immediate predecessor about this?
I did. No, I didn't talk to him about the job. Look,
no, but about how the vice presidency worked?
No, what I talked to about him, look, first of all, I actually like Dick Cheney for real. I get on with him. I think he's a decent man. When I went to see him, I didn't talk to him before. I went to see him after we were elected, and I went to see him at the residence, and he and his wife were extremely gracious to Jill and to me. And he talked about how the office worked as related to the functioning of the office. But he had a very different relationship, and he was a powerful vice president. He had a very different relationship with President Bush. And one of the things I learned from, and it probably sounds like I'm making this up when I say I learned from, but I spoke to this man repeatedly about this job. And Vice President Cheney, he had his own national security team. And it was real, and they were smart guys and women. And I remember when I had recommended to the president Jim Jones, who I knew, and the president knew, I knew him a little better, as our first national security advisor. And I'll never forget sitting down with Jim. And what Jim was worried about, with good reason, I could have kept a staff of close to 22 folks. It was essentially a shadow national security council. And I said, and I remember the look on his face, and I said, Dick, look, I'm not going to keep that staff at all. I said, on one condition, and you should talk to the president about this. I have total access to the National Security Council. I can task them too, through you. I can bring them on, and we can do this jointly. You're the National Security Advisor, but the entire team you have will not be overshadowed. I will keep 3 people in my office. And I remember him going, oh my God, thank God. But because what it was is about the confidence I had in the president meaning what he said, and the president's confidence that I was not about to try to set up a satellite operation where I was going to take over line control of any department. And the guy who became the #2 guy was one of my guys, you know, Tom Donlin, the people who were there. So it all worked, but I'll never forget the Cheney, I think, I don't know. The Cheney-Bush relationship at the outset was, it seemed to me to be more codependent. So Cheney had a very different view of the vice presidency in terms of how it functioned internally. But he was extremely helpful and gracious about the office and the legal parameters of the office and everything from the aircraft to the housing, et cetera.
Vice President Mondale, do you have some views on the Cheney vice presidency?
A little bit different, I would say. He was kind to me. He was kind to Joan. We visited the home and so on.